Welcome to Kindergarten Math at Barrett. Mathematics has changed over the years, so that we're at a time where standards that we learned as children in 3rd and 4th grade are introduced even at the kindergarten level. At this age, students are learning very abstract concepts, including some of the foundations of algebra, but in a very, very concrete way. The kindergarten math curriculum covers the 6 strands of mathematics. The first strand is number and number sense. Students learn in this strand to count from 1 to 100. They also learn how to count by 5s and 10s all the way up to 100. Our focus here is on students really understanding the value of numbers so that they have one-to-one correspondence. The number 2 means 2 blocks or 2 counters. Students also work on the concept of numbers being in groups or sets. Students even start to learn fractions in kindergarten, identifying fractions as parts of a whole object. This creates the foundation for all of elementary mathematics.
I have 1 whole. I have 2 halves. I have 4 fourths.
The second strand is computation and estimation. Students will learn to add and subtract numbers up to 10. They will do this in very concrete ways, beginning with physical objects and taking objects away or adding objects to the group they have, and transfer that understanding to the abstract representation of numbers on paper with a plus or minus sign.
2 plus 3 equals 5. Okay.
The third strand is measurement and money. In this unit, students learn the value of coins, and they learn to measure distance, size, and temperature. Students do this in real-world ways, measuring common everyday objects, including themselves, and using coins in play scenarios as we would use them as adults. Students learn to tell time, and they learn to compare the values or measurements of objects using their endings like shorter, taller, and also using vocabulary like over, under, next to, before, and after. The next strand is geometry. Students learn about basic shapes and how shapes can be combined to create other shapes. They manipulate a number of objects in order to build this understanding.
My red triangle is smaller than my blue triangle.
Another strand is probability and statistics. Students will engage in basic data collection, graphing and representing data, and making sense out of data, such as who has more of this, or how many days of snow did we have in January. They'll learn to make sense that data is more than just what's on a graph, but represents things that are actually happening. The final strand is patterns, functions, and algebra. Students compare objects and start building patterns of their own, naming them such as AB patterns and AAB. They learn to extend those patterns and eventually create their own, almost as puzzles for each other. This is one of the major foundations of algebra.
Red, green, red, green, red.
Woven throughout our mathematics curriculum is the importance of problem solving. Math is not a series of discrete skills that students memorize or algorithms that students follow to solve number problems on a piece of paper, but it's how we interact with and make sense of the world. The math curriculum has expanded to include a program called Exemplars, in which students apply mathematical concepts to solve problems. Teachers focus on teaching math vocabulary and context so students use terms that they'll use throughout their school careers in their math classes. Teachers also work to differentiate their instruction so that students who come to kindergarten with solid number sense and concepts of adding and subtracting receive enrichment and extension in the curriculum so that they can move ahead at an appropriate pace. We hope that this information has been helpful as you learn about mathematics at Barrett, and we hope you'll enjoy visiting the rooms and learning more about what we do.